health and peace and happiness for everyone. Ashreinu, how good and beautiful is our heritage. Parashat Vayakhel, Tafshin Pei Bet. There are things that we say in the tefillah and we don't really take notice of what we're saying. A short study of Parashat Vayakhel is going to help us understand a pasuk that we say in the tefillah, and hopefully then we will be able to take notice of this pasuk properly when we say it in the tefillah. In Sefer Divrei Hayamim, there is a detailed description of many preparations, many detailed preparations that David HaMelech does for the building of Beit HaMikdash. The building of the Beit HaMikdash that will take place by his son Shlomo after the death of David, but David is doing everything he can to prepare for building the Mikdash. And in Sefer Divrei Hayamim Aleph Perek Kafchet, the pasuk says, Vayakhel David, just like Vayakhel Moshe. Moshe gathered the people, and David gathered the people, the leaders of the people, to join them in the mitzvah and the project of building the Mikdash. Apparently, building the Mishkan in the desert and the Mikdash in Yerushalayim is not something private. Not even Moshe Rabbeinu or David HaMelech should do that on their own. It should be done by these leaders, but with the people. So they gather the people to join them in the project of building the Mishkan and the Mikdash. Another point that is similar in building the Mishkan in Sefer Shmot and the Mikdash described in Sefer Divrei Hayamim is the place of the heart. The heart is mentioned several times in both places, and here are some examples. Right at the beginning of the commandment to Moshe in Parashat Truma to build the Mishkan, Hashem says to him, tell the people to bring donations, contributions to the Mishkan, benidivut libam, with a generosity from their hearts. That generosity of the heart is mentioned at least 3 times, once again, right at the beginning of Parashat Vayakhel. The women who prepare the curtains that are to cover the Mishkan, they have, the Torah says in Parashat Vayakhel, they have chokhmat lev, wisdom of the heart. They are women who are wise-hearted women, and the men who build the Mishkan, Betzalel and Olihav and their team, are called chachmei lev. They are called wise-hearted men. They have wisdom of the heart. There are 2 kinds of contributions that people make for the Mishkan and the Mikdash. Some people bring contributions of money or materials, and some people bring their talents and their abilities. Both of these, all of these are needed in different periods in history to strengthen Am Yisrael, to build Am Yisrael physically, spiritually, morally, so that Am Yisrael will be a nation that is worthy of Hashem dwelling within us. Each one makes his and her contribution, whether it's monetary, material, or bringing our abilities and our talents. So this will be the situation of Am Yisrael. The same is mentioned, the heart is mentioned several times in Sefer Divrei Hayamim. The people rejoiced over their donation, it's said over there, for they wholeheartedly donated to Hashem. And then another pasuk says, David says to Hashem, I know Hashem, you test the heart and you desire equity. And with the sincerity of my heart, I have willingly donated all of these, the things that David prepared. And then comes the pasuk, listen to this pasuk. I will first quote it in Hebrew. Adonai Elohei Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yisrael Avotenu, shomra zot le'olam le'yetzer machshevot levav amecha, ve'achen levavam elecha. And now in English, Hashem, God of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Israel, our forefathers, keep this forever in the thoughts of the hearts of your people, and prepare their hearts to you. This was a moment, these were moments, both in the Mishkan and in the Mikdash, where Am Yisrael showed from the depth of their hearts their desire to work with Hashem, to do what is proper so that Hashem can dwell within Am Yisrael. Keep this forever, says David HaMelech at that time. David also asks that his son Shlomo should have a good heart to keep your commandments and to build the Mikdash. And they ate and drank before Hashem on that day. This isn't even building the Mikdash. This is the day that they decided to build the Mikdash. They eat and drink and rejoice with Hashem on that day. They are happy to perform the mitzvah to build the Mikdash. And this is the pasuk that we're going back to. At the time of the Mishkan and at the time of the Mikdash in Yerushalayim, Am Yisrael showed their greatness. These were times where Am Yisrael did what was right to do from the depth of their hearts. They did it wholeheartedly. And we say to Hashem every day in the tefillah, we quote this pasuk from David HaMelech in Divrei Hayamim. And we say to Hashem, Adonai Elohei Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yisrael Avoteinu, Shomra zot leolam, keep this forever. Hashem, remember these times where Am Yisrael showed from the depth of their hearts wholeheartedly that they want to be one with you. We say that to Hashem, we say that to ourselves. We should remember these great days when Am Yisrael showed this desire from the depth of their hearts, and ve'achen levavam elecha, prepare their hearts to you. We should take from our past the times that we worked with Hashem with wholeheartedness from the depth of our hearts, and we should look to our future to be able to do that again. This is what we say every day in the tefillah. We say this in Uva Letzion towards the end of Tefillat Shacharit and other times in the tefillah. We should always remember these great times when Am Yisrael worshipped Hashem, worked with Hashem wholeheartedly, and hopefully look forward to take strength from our past to work with Hashem wholeheartedly in the future. Keep their hearts to you. Shabbat Shalom.